drag socks look ridiculous. I get that, but don't let that fool you. They might be one of the most effective tools for refining your skills in the water. Because while most swimmers think of resistance gear as a way to build raw power, drag socks do something far more valuable. They teach you how to feel the water, to sense the water pressure more clearly, clean up your timing, and move with better precision. That said, they're not for complete beginners. Drag socks work best once you already built some foundational skills, when you got both a basic intellectual grasp of technique and a bodily understanding of how to hold the water and stay balanced in a horizontal position. At that point, they stop being just about resistance and become feedback. If you're working your way into that intermediate territory or want a clearer picture of how to actually structure your swim training, check out my book, Training Principles for Master Swimmers. It gives you a blueprint for how to think about your development long term and how to train smarter as you age. And you can download it for free from the link down in the description. So once you're ready to start refining your feel for the water and not just pushing harder but moving better, drag socks become incredibly powerful. And in today's video, I'll walk you through a few of my go-to ways to use them and more importantly, what each setup actually teaches your body. So let's start with the classic version. Mesh bags tied to either your hands or your feet. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, both at the same time. Because your palms of the hands and the soles of your feet are your most sensitive tools for feeling the water. They're your primary sensory organs in swimming. Take them out of the equation and your brain is forced to tune into everything else, especially your forearms, your hips, and your torso. You're essentially blindfolding your most trusted inputs and asking your nervous system to rewire how it solves the movement puzzle of producing propulsion while avoiding drag. And that's exactly the point. Because if you already have a basic intellectual and bodily understanding of how propulsion is created, your body will self-organize. It will figure out automatically how to use the rest of your body to fill in the gaps left by your missing hands and feet. And no verbal cue can teach that as efficiently. It's the constraint itself that teaches you. By removing your go-to sources of control, you force the rest of the system to adapt. And in that adaptation, your technique improves. And not through thinking, but through necessity. And you'll feel awkward at first, so expect that. But after just a few lengths, something starts clicking. And once you take the socks off, prepare to be amazed. The instant feedback from your hands and your feet returns, but now your whole body is involved in the swimming. Everything just feels smoother, more connected, just better. And you won't need any technical explanation because you'll feel it. And this setup works in all strokes: freestyle, back fly, dolphin kicks, and even breaststroke. It's one of the fastest ways to build whole body awareness. And that kind of awareness is the foundation for meaningful technical change. And now, this next one is a bit more subtle, but very powerful. Wrap the drag socks around your forearms and you get all the feedback benefits from the hands and feet version, but you now target the arm recovery paths, where movement should glide freely. With the mesh bags in the forearms, any lateral or up and down motion in the arm recoveries gets instantly punished, and your nervous system is forced to start searching for the path of least resistance. For example, we don't need to spend any time debating whether the swimmer should recover the arms over or under the waterline in breaststroke. Just put the mesh bags on the forearms and figure it out for yourself. Or if you are wondering if it's better to spear the arm forward at your head level in freestyle or reach over the top and recover the arm arced, fingers first, as far away as possible in front of the head, well, test it out. And I don't have to tell you anything. The added drag will teach you. And as you take them away, your coordination feels sharper, your recoveries will feel smoother, your stroke just works. And you didn't need a dozen cues or technical lectures to get there. And if you are a butterflyer, get ready, because here's the thing: you can spend months doing all the drills known to mankind trying to fix your arm recoveries in fly, or you can fix it in one session with this. Seriously, I've seen swimmers swimmers go from struggling with awkward, splashy arm recoveries to a clean, effortless swing that slides forward with absolutely no splash, just because a little drag made them pay attention the right way. And the improvements don't just vanish either. Once your nervous system locks into that clean path, it stays with you. And if the hands and feet version teaches you how to generate propulsion, this one teaches you how to preserve it. It's about minimizing the cost of bringing your arms back to the front. You're training your nervous system to find the cleanest, most efficient recovery paths. And once it clicks, that pattern sticks. Even after the socks come off, the body remembers. And by the way, I've been using the word drag socks and mesh bags interchangeably. For all these exercises, you can of course use the commercial gear made for swimming or just grab a couple of $2 laundry mesh bags, and that's what I use. They come in all shapes and sizes, and because they're so cheap, I feel totally free to experiment. I can cut them up, reshape them, stitch few together, and it's not a big deal if one rips. Worst case, I just skip a snack the next day, and that's a fair trade-off for better technique. And for this next one, you don't even need any specialty gear, but unfortunately some pools won't allow it, and probably for a good reason. But if you can test it out, I can guarantee you'll get some of the best improved efficiency sensation out of pretty much anything I have ever tested out in the pool. Whether that translates directly into faster swimming in the long term, I'm not sure, but feeling the drag on your body and consciously working to reduce it, you can't really argue with that. And this drill is a throwback straight from life-saving classes, swimming with a t-shirt on. Although if you have no life like me, you can figure out how to use drag suits, mesh bags, and maybe some belts to create similar effects. What you're doing is adding drag across your torso. By doing that, you magnify one of the biggest hidden reasons swimmers slow down: compensatory body movements in response to force production, the exaggerated up and down undulation in breaststroke or fly, and excessive rotation in freestyle or backstroke. Put the shirt on and suddenly you'll feel like you're swimming through molasses. Every tiny sway, every extra movement becomes obvious. And you don't need coach pointing it out. Your body starts telling you. You're forced to move differently. Hold a straighter line, produce force backward, and only let your body move if it helps you to go forward. So if you still think that 80s style up and down undulation in butterfly is a good idea, I don't think so. Or maybe you're into that dramatic, straight up body lifting breaststroke. Yeah, it looks cool, sure, but try doing it with a waterlogged t-shirt. Go ahead, lift your chest, drag a bucket worth of water with you, and then tell me how that's helping you to move forward. Because the shirt doesn't lie. It exposes every inefficiency and forces you to fix it fast. And yes, when you take the shirt off, the feeling is magical. That instant lightness, that freedom, it tells you something clicked. And really, that's the point of all of this. Not brute force, but feedback. You're not just training your muscles, you're training your nervous system to listen, to adapt, and move with intention. So here's what I recommend. Try one configuration per week and use it in every practice. And film yourself before and after. Watch how your posture, your rhythm, and your precision improve. Because there are no true shortcuts to technical progress, but this is as close as we can get to it. And if you want help integrating these tools into a structured plan or want me to guide your training personally, check out the link in the description to apply for one-on-one coaching with me. We'll start with a free 30-minute Zoom call and go from there. See you in the next video.